Listen to this episode if you are wanting to build a scalable brand, yet you're stuck as a side hustle and you don't know how to really make this company, this legacy, this brand come to life. This is everything that we do around here. And I really want to go into what this process looks like, the three major pillars of how you make this switch, and what the very first step is from going from this side hustle, small business, kind of hobby, making a couple $1,000s a month to really having this scalable brand that is built to last, that is built to grow, and built to really make an impact within your industry. Now, this is actually a question that was submitted by Mada. She basically said, I really have big goals for my clothing line. I want it to be in stores everywhere. I want it to be successful, but I know I'm playing small. It's still a side hustle while I work as a nurse, but I really want it to be a solid, scalable brand. What are the first steps to making this change? I just don't know how to grow. Now, I am not speaking directly to Mada here because I don't know the behind the scenes of her business. And some of the things that we're going to talk about today might seem like I am talking directly to her, but I am talking about business owners in general because she is not alone in this desire. And I've actually had so many people come to me that have these big goals, but what they are currently seeing is more of this side hustle type of vibe. Let's talk about this and let's dive in to really the signs that you're in side hustle mode, as well as the three pillars from shifting from side hustle into scalable company. Before we get too deep into the nitty gritty, I just want to take 10 quick seconds to introduce myself. I'm Madison Page. I am a business growth specialist and I am the host of the Small Business Growth Podcast. I help turn small businesses into scalable brands with longevity, sustainability, and freedom rooted at the core of their brand. Today, I am going to be talking all about my major mission is to help people in this area really scale with freedom in mind, that are stuck in this side hustle mode, stuck making a couple extra $1,000s, and really get them to the point of them being able to have the national global brand that they really desire. So a couple of signs that you're stuck in that side hustle mode is you might be scrambling to make content every day or, day by day. Your business depends on you showing up on social media to make sales. You really have no consistent sales system. So like if you were to stop selling, everything is going to stop being sold. So like you don't have a sales system, that sales happen even when you're not working. You might be afraid to even say that you run a company. You say, you have this little thing on the side, or like, I'm just kind of starting to grow it. You're stuck kind of going to markets when you know you really want more. You just feel like you are playing small. You know that your product is great. You know that it has potential. You know that it should be on shelves and in people's homes, but you just can't really get it there. You're just kind of stuck in this like small business kind of realm of things, this side hustle realm. I like to say it's the difference between a small business and a brand. However, Mada said a side hustle. So that's kind of the messaging that I have been saying today. But what we're really talking about here is where you are acting might not actually be aligned to where you are trying to go. So those are the signs. Let's start talking about the three major pillars in order to really shift. And really that first major pillar, and honestly, I think one of the biggest shifts in everything in business when you're going from side hustle to brand is actually shifting your mindset. Now, I don't talk too much about mindset. I'm very strategy focused. I'm very frameworks, very like do this, do that, very tangible. However, mindset is tangible and mindset is necessary in a certain point. Many people are stuck small because their mindset is their bottleneck, because they are actually their bottleneck. Now, if you just want to make a couple extra $100, couple extra $1,000 to contribute something to your family, to, have a little bit of an extra income, whatever that might be for you. I've heard it all. If you just are wanting to do that, there's nothing wrong. I'm just not talking about you today. Today, I'm talking about people that really want to have like a legacy brand. They really want to have a household name, or they want to have a bigger reach than that. They really want to have this like company, this brand that they have out there. Your goals and your actions in the growth process need to look different. How you treat your business changes based on what your goals are. If your goals are to just make an extra 30K a year, you basically just need a small community, have a product that has a lot of recurring sales, and getting those people that really, really love your brand. And how can we get them in and buying from you over and over again? But if you want like this 7-figure brand, you want to be in big stores everywhere, you want to be able to have big budgets and a team and like really being able to have this business, you have to change your actions and change your mindset around how you are treating your business. The first thing you have to do is change your mindset, change the way you're feeling around your business and how you are treating it in a lot of different ways. I want you to ask yourself, whether it be the brand that you want to have or this brand that you look up to, or maybe this founder that you really love and it's her business, it might be in a totally different industry, but like, what are they doing? What are they thinking? And why are you not doing those different things? What are the actions that these other businesses are doing? The more you act as a successful business now, the sooner you will be successful. So when you have already achieved this big goal that you have, what will you be doing? Will you have structured content plans? Will you have launches seasonally? Will you have like photo shoots that you're planning out? Will you have a budget to be able to reinvest back into your marketing and your photos and your business as a whole? What are the things that you will be doing then? And you need to start doing them now. How you treat your business and how you think about business is very different when you are trying to build a legacy brand. People come to me before they go to market and they have a brand identity. They have photo shoots being taken. They have a budget for influencer marketing. They have a budget for how much they're willing to spend on launch parties, on ad spend, things like that. They are pulling from an actual budget. They are pulling from actual assets that they have created because they are doing everything with intention. And that doesn't mean that you need to start that way. That doesn't mean that if you've started without some of those things, you're behind. It just means that you need to get going on those pieces immediately, because how you think about your business is how you're acting right now. If you right now are thinking about your business as a side hustle, just making a couple extra $1,000 a month, that's just where you're at. That's where you are going to stay. If you change that mindset to no, I'm building a company and it's possible with the brand that I have, you're really going to be able to get there. The second piece of this is going to be, of course, strategy. You need to switch your mindset from doing more and your time equaling sales. Right now, the reason your time is equaling sales is because your strategy isn't overly intentional and you are equating every time you post to making X amount of sales, which is making you married to your social media, which is making you having to show up on your Instagram stories 24/7 to basically milk the sales out of the community that you have right now. We're not just showing up because we have to, we're showing up with intention, doing the right things. Some major areas to tweak in your strategy that I see when I try to help people go from kind of this small business to this brand mentality is first looking at your branding. Your visuals do matter. We need them to be elevated and polished, because if they are polished, people see that professionalism, they see that authority right away. And no matter what, it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. It doesn't need to be like, to a T, absolutely so curated, but it does need to be polished and consistent. Your visuals need to be there. Your feeling needs to be there, and things need to be cohesive throughout all of your channels. Why this is because it immediately instills trust and authority within your consumers. Think about this. If you see a brand new profile, and the visuals on this profile are elevated, they look high quality, they look very cohesive, they look like their graphics are really great, how do you immediately feel about that brand? You're like, oh, this is a new company. They're getting started. It looks great. How do you feel if it's like a bunch of mishmash videos? Nothing really is cohesive. There's no actual graphics around anything. And it kind of looks like, it's put 20% of actual effort into it. You're like, oh, what is this? Like, what is this person selling? How are we getting there? Like, is this person making this out of their basement? Like, immediately the thought is it's a smaller brand. It is like this, somebody trying to kind of bootstrap something. And even if you are bootstrapping it out of the attic of your house, that's fine. We just don't want it to look like that from the outside. So we often want to switch our branding to be more elevated, be a little bit more polished, and just be a little bit more cohesive. The next one is that your message and purpose behind your brand is clear. You are not selling your product, you are building your brand. You are building the message around everything that you stand for. That is what is so important, is building the brand. You aren't just selling product, you aren't just pushing this product. People need to know why you do what you do, what is your message behind it, and what are you trying to build. You're not going to build something just based off of, look at my product, look at how great it is, go and buy it. Unless it's a complete invention that nobody has ever seen before, you need to have a little bit more depth than that behind your brand. The next one is that people in this category are willing to invest in the business knowing it will grow sooner. They invest in the product photos. They invest in like video shoots. They invest in packaging and quality packaging. They invest in the product development. People that are trying to build a company know that it takes money to make money in certain points of your business. It takes you, having to have a little bit more elevated packaging. It takes you having to take a couple more steps. The easiest road is not the road to like sales sometimes. The easiest way to do it is to go on Amazon and buy some like really, simple packaging. But a lot of times it's honestly actually cheaper to get completely custom packaging that is a little bit more premium, but you have to design it. You have to go through tweaks. You have to go through samples, but getting it right in the details. A lot of this scaling, standing out happens in the details. And this is what we're really all about here. The next one is that they take action on intention and purpose and dedication. They're not just like willy-nilly taking action. They have Post-it notes slapped all over their walls. They have, a plan. They have a planner. They know what they're doing. They might not know absolutely everything to a T. They might be taking messy action, but it is with intention. It is with purpose, and it is with dedication and consistency. They're not doing it a little bit here and a little bit there. They're showing up, they're dedicated to it, and they're making it happen. The next one is that you think of your marketing more than just posting content. Content is just one form of marketing. There is email, there is influencer, there is PR, there is a lot of different types of marketing. That your social media is not your entire marketing funnel. It doesn't have to be. For some people, a lot of it is built on social, and that's okay. I am a very social first marketing person. I do teach a lot of social first strategies, but marketing and like posting is not marketing. Posting content and marketing are two different things. Marketing is having a plan, is having a strategy, is knowing what you're posting, what messaging, what you have to get out there in order to actually see results. I have people say this a lot. Well, Maddie, I'm posting consistently, or Maddie, I hired somebody to put content out there for me, so I don't have to do it, but it's still not converting. Just having someone post for you, or you posting content every day, is not actually marketing. It's posting. It's two very different things. Marketing is getting people to actually do what you want them to do. Marketing is actually creating desire, creating intrigue, and creating sales throughout your overall funnels. So first things first, we have to switch our mindset to, we are a brand. We are building a brand that is a company. Like, you are a startup founder. I want you to start saying that. Put it on a Post-it note, put it on your mirror in the morning. I am a startup founder. You are not just like running this side hustle on the side. You don't just like, you don't just sell candles. You don't just have this clothing line. You are a startup founder. Last but not least is structure. You cannot scale in chaos. You cannot scale in a disorganized world. You need organization, you need systems, you need automations. Having you manually post, manually writing your captions 4 seconds before you post them, sending emails or sending reminders is just not going to work. It's not scalable. It's not going to have like intention. And marketing isn't just like day by day. It's not like, okay, let me put something out today. Let me put something out tomorrow. Let me put something out the next day. It's all building on top of each other. It all compounds. So we need it all to work together. So we need to have a content calendar to be able to look at it and say, this week, our major objective is to get people to understand this major topic and to feel this way about my brand. These are the different content topics that we need to cover. We're going to split them up into these different days. Organization and structure takes the overwhelm and the pressure off. So right now, if you feel like you're wearing all of these hats, you feel like you're so disorganized, you feel like you can never get enough done, it's probably because you aren't actually organized with having a content plan, with having systems, with having automations, with really having kind of processes throughout your overall business. If you are trying to grow your business into this big thing, but you're treating your business like a side hustle with winging your content, putting all of your focus on working on your business, never really having systems behind it, and you're wondering why you're stuck as a side hustle, we have to reevaluate your actions. We first want to look at your mindset. How do you think about your business? Do you feel like it's this small little thing that'll never grow? Are you skeptical that it even has any merit? Are you not able to like tell yourself you own a company? Let's start there. What would your successful self do, and how can you start doing that sooner? The next one is strategy. Do you actually know how to grow? Are you doing things with intention? Are you doing things with like a little bit of cohesion? Are you doing things knowing that it might take being a little bit more premium, being a little bit more polished, taking a little bit more time, but you're actually going to do it right? And honestly, a lot of times having strategy actually takes things off of your plate. It's just realizing that you aren't just posting more. More isn't your key to growth. It's doing it right. It's doing it better. And then the next one is structure. How can we organize it? How can we plan it? I plan my entire life and business in Notion. Notion is my project management software. I absolutely adore it. Some people use ClickUp and they like ClickUp better. I like Notion. It's pretty, it's super customizable. There's a lot of different things to do inside of there as well. But those are the three major pillars. So Mada, you have your clothing line. You're playing small. It sounds like your first step needs to be on your mindset. Why are you playing small? What are the actions you would be taking if you were already successful? Acting as the brand that you want to be today will get you there sooner. Saying, okay, someday I'm going to get a photo shoot. Someday I'm going to get, custom packaging. Someday I'm going to get my website done. Sometimes you have to start doing those things and prioritizing them in the very beginning. Now, I know you might not have the budget for some of those things, but you can take really solid quality content in your home. It's just going to take being a little bit creative. It's just going to take, really understanding how to take that quality content. And we have to know where we need to reinvest back into the business in order to actually see that sales growth sooner. Mada, I hope that this was helpful for you. If you want me to answer your next question inside of one of my podcast episodes, click the link in the show notes and join the Small Business Cafe. I would absolutely love to have you inside of our completely free podcast community. This is just a space where you can connect with other business owners. You can chat directly with me. You get bonuses. We do hot seat coaching in there where you actually have calls live with me to answer your questions, to get all of that, to get some level and a taste of that support inside. You can click the link. It's in a Slack channel and you can chit chat with other business owners. You can build that community and you can be surrounded by people that are also trying to build this big, ambitious brand. It's another major tip here is if you don't have anybody around you that also feels this way, that has big, ambitious goals, you need to intentionally take time to spend time with people. Even if that's podcasts to start, find people that are talking about big goals and normalizing them and make that your reality too. You can have a big brand. There is nothing different about you than some of these other people out there that have built a business of your dreams. You just have to act as if it's happening and trust that it will with taking the correct, proper action. I hope this was helpful for you. I love you. I'm rooting for you. I'm in your corner always. Make sure that you're subscribed to this podcast. We put out new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Only 40% of you are actually subscribed, which is crazy because you come back every single week, twice a week. Make sure that you're subscribed so you can be notified, as well as this podcast can be pushed out to other people as well. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will chat with you in the next episode.